there are two ways that you can mentor your students. One is to go into this area where it says mentoring my students, and you can go by class or student by student. You can go to new threads. Each of these links you can see a way to find your student work. Another possibility is to go to My Students Work by Class, click on the class where you want to work, and look under the submissions here for students who have submitted so far. And then the third way that is not from My POW Work as a Teacher page is to go right to the problem itself and click on the My Students Work link from the blue box. I'm going to go to this number here, the 10, and I know that because the one student that I want to demonstrate a full mentoring experience is this Sizing Up Sequoia submission that I just made myself. So you click on View, and it gets you to the thread. I have looked here and thought about what I might want to say to the student. If, again, I want to see the problem that they were working on, I can expand it like that. Once I click Reply, it gives me the place where I can write my message, and then if I go down here, I can see the student's response. Sometimes I copy this and put it up here just to have it handy, because I can delete it before I actually submit my response. I'm not going to hide these. Usually the short way to mentor is to click Choose Not to Score and to hide the scoring grid. You might want to hide the scoring grid when you're first starting, but in this case I'll leave it so that you can see what it looks like. So I'm going to say that their interpretation of the problem is at a novice level. The strategy was also novice, and their accuracy. You could argue that the way that they did it, which was incorrect, gave them an accurate answer, because they claim that when you divide by 1, you always get 1. But I've decided that I'm going to do that and mark it as a novice for this problem. Completeness, I would mark them as an apprentice. They're quite clear on what they're explaining to me, so I'll say they're a practitioner at that. And I don't think they even looked at the answer check, so I'm going to click Novice on Reflection, although I can go down here to the thread history, and it turns out that they did view the answer check, but I'm not convinced that they used it. So I could at least say apprentice as a reflection, because at least they looked at it, although that's being very generous. So now, what do I say to this student? I usually use their name. I notice you've stated that any number divided any time you divide 1 by a number, it equals 1. I wonder if that's true if the number is 2 is 1 divided by 2 equal to what? Talk to you again. So then I delete this top part and I preview. And you can see that the student will see this as well as the message. And then I go ahead and submit. And if I were to return to my Pal Work as a teacher page, but click on Submitter since it's me who I've just written a reply to, we can go down to sizing up sequoias, and you can see that that's what they'll see within their Pal Work area, and then they can work on their revision.